ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show, CHERCHER l'artiste. I'm Dalencour. We have a phenomenal guest tonight, and she's a great friend of Island TV and also my co-host on the Boom Boom Show. Alexandra, Jeanty, Leclerc. Bienvenue ma chérie, ça fait plaisir de t'avoir.
Merci Boom Boom.
On a tellement de choses tu as fait un nouveau livre, et puis, do you want to do the show in English, in Creole, in French?
I think we could do it in English if you want.
Okay, let's
Why
go.
not? Because we always do the Boom Boom Show in French. Why don't we do something in English?
Let's do this show. So
yes.
you're known for the little pokey there.
Yes.
What do they call him again?
Yes. Well, this is my old book. The last time that I was here.
I love it.
Yes.
I love that.
Everybody wants a pokey.
Yes.
So this is my old book that I created, and now I have a whole collection. Last year I did the Mindful Pokey, the Mindful Pokey collection, Mindful Chickens, and this year I have Mindful Words that I've just created, where you can find the different cards with the illustration, and that's a piece project that I have with a illustrator from the Dominican Republic.
Yes, you were
and I am
telling me.
Haitian, writing the book, so that way we
great
can
collaboration.
show. Yeah, I think it's nice. The illustrations are really interesting, you know. Like
now,
this
you say
one.
it's a book or it's cards?
We have the book, but the book is getting printed now, so we have the cards.
So you have the cards at the moment,
Yes.
and then, but the book will be available.
Yes.
And would there be cards available too?
People who want cards, they can write, because normally you don't know if the cards are going to sell. As a writer, you know, it's a big sacrifice.
Right.
So it's easier to have the book, because the book I normally use as a curriculum for the schools when I do the workshops, because within the book you have the mindfulness meditation, you have your affirmations, you have parts where you have your story, and you have your parts where you have your 21 days of journaling. So it's not only for kids, it's also for middle school. So it's elementary school, middle school, and even some high schools can use it, depending, and it's within the inclusion. So you can also work with neurodivergent, etc. And you also have the art that mixes with that. So
right.
Yeah.
But listen, for some of my viewers that don't know you, because everybody knows you, tell them what you do, because you work with the schools, you work with children, and you work with adults too.
Yes.
So we've got 24 minutes, so let's pump it up, okay?
Okay, so such a pleasure to be here. I
It's
know
my
that
pleasure.
we're rushing a little bit, but we really shouldn't. Thank you for reminding me that we have a little bit of time.
Yes.
Yes, so for those of you who don't know me, I am a Waldorf educator. That's like, let's say, Montessori, but until 12th grade. And you also have Waldorf colleges. So that's a philosophy from Rudolf Steiner.
And Waldorf?
Waldorf schools.
So when they say Waldorf, what does that mean?
Waldorf schools are like, you know, Montessori schools, just to make it easier for people who are familiar with the Montessori.
I know the Montessori.
Exactly. So it's the same philosophy, but it extends to even colleges in Europe. And I think there are a few colleges in the United States as well, which adapt to Waldorf philosophy, which is the Rudolf Steiner philosophy. So it's really based on the philosophy of observation, and based on the philosophy of mindfulness as well. There's a lot of mindfulness. So
and when you say mindfulness?
When I say mindfulness, I mean living the moment, living the now.
Oh, living the moment.
Following your breath.
Oh, honey, I live on the moment. I am mindful.
Don't we live in the moment?
I am mindful, for sure.
Yes, we try to live in the moment. So, but we are bombarded with negativity.
Yes, negativity, yes.
And as adults, we know how easy it is. Maybe, let's say as adults, we know how difficult it is to part
from the negativity.
To part from the negativity. Because of the fact that
it's juicy to go to something negative. You know, I think when there is a story on Facebook, wham, bam, and you hear a story, even though it might be fake news, because I had to learn about the fake news thing.
Yes.
But indeed, we gravitate a little bit more toward negative things.
Yes, me too.
And what you're doing is excellent, because not only your collaboration with our neighbors, a Dominican person, but also teaching the children. It's fantastic to work with your neighbor. It's fantastic to get to know what they have that we don't have, and then what we have that they don't have.
Absolutely. In this new book called Mindful Words, which is part of the Mindful Pokey collection, the illustrator is from the Dominican Republic, and I really wanted to do this project because I think it's so important for not only for kids to work with teams in the classroom, but you also have the inclusion, which is very important, because you can have neurodivergent kids, children, or adults work together. But it's also, like you say, working with your neighbor, because when you're at a young age, it's easier for you to learn to adapt, to share. If they teach you the right way to share, because sharing for kids, it's like, you give me this and I'll give you that, right? Because it's like an exchange. But learning to do art in the classroom with different people, different age groups, neurodivergent, especially with your neighbors, and working in team with your neighbor. You respect your neighbor more. You love your neighbor
you
more.
Understand
you
your
understand your neighbor.
Yes.
And I think that's what we need. So for me, it would be ideal to have, to work with more kids where there's conflict. And we have so many different areas where there are conflict in the world. I think we're living at a time where it's unprecedented times, where the environment is asking to have more healing
and understanding,
and more understanding
of each other,
and more love.
Yes, that's a very, very important thing that you're saying there.
And it starts in the classroom.
So what age do you start working with the children?
I start, with whatever workshop is good, but I start, I would say, if the parents were to drop off their children at the workshop, I would say from 7.
7
7 years old. 7 years old. 7 years old.
Yes, okay.
Yes, but I work until 54.
Because they understand a little bit more.
Yes.
The mindfulness.
That's right.
No, it's great.
If they're there with their parents, it doesn't matter the age.
It doesn't matter at all.
It doesn't matter the age. You could come, we've created a family mindfulness group, workshop, where people came in with their babies even.
Is that a preferred activity for the children? For example, at school, the children, they are, they like a certain toy, they like a certain type of game. And when you take them from that preferred activity to a non-preferred activity, it's a little bit hard. No, I mean, it's good to know, because if it's something that the children like, that might be interesting to use that as a transition.
Yes. Well, I think that all kids like to color. All kids love art.
And you do a lot of coloring?
Yes, we do a lot of art. Because I think through art, kids know, understand, and they express themselves easier. Even adults as well.
Yes.
Right? So an adult program or young kids, they get to express themselves through art. And even if they don't know how to write.
Indeed, because when you do psychology of a child, you can discover if there is abuse at home by the design that the child is doing at school. You can discover if they are a happy child or if they're not happy, and so on and so forth.
Yes, absolutely. Through coloring, through drawing, through the different designs that they do, you can see a lot of things. We have, in the books, we have a 21-day workshop that we do, 21-day gratitude. Yes, so every day you get to do a 1 minute of meditation with Pokey, and every day you have to either write or draw 5 things that you're grateful for.
That day.
So on that day. So kids get to, they can write things like, you'll be surprised, I've had kids that write air. Air.
Oh, I'm
They're
grateful for air. I love air.
Or water, or socks, or grateful for their dogs, or grateful for mom, for family. We get that a lot. Kids are grateful for their families. I think I had one child that said, for my closet.
For my closet?
For the closet.
Why?
Yes. We had a child that said that, but we didn't go through
the
deeper.
Whole. You didn't go deeper?
No, we don't really go deeper. We allow for the child to just express themselves or draw. Maybe they could draw a door. Maybe they like their door. Maybe they like their socks or their shoes or their pets. Right. So it's something that that allows them to just show how they're grateful and to think.
I don't think I can come up with 21 days of being grateful.
Well, 21 days seems a lot, but if you start one day, let's say 5 things. What are 5 things that you're grateful for? Boom, boom, right now.
Oh, being beautiful.
Yes, that's one. We're all grateful for that.
I'm just kidding. No,
we're grateful for our eyes to see how beautiful you are.
I'm grateful for being able to speak all those languages.
Yes, we're so grateful for education.
I am grateful for Island TV that
we're
gives us.
We're so grateful for Island TV. Thank you so much for inviting me.
That allows us to speak about subjects that are very, very important.
Very important to reach out. The impact that it has to reach out to so many people.
Yeah. Even though my show is called CHERCHER l'artiste, but sometimes we do a little divergence and we go into things that are deeper.
Yes. So that's 3. That's 3. What's the 4th one?
What else? Oh, my new boots. What else?
What else? A 5th thing that you're grateful for?
My friends.
Your friends. Aren't we grateful for friends?
Yeah, I love my friends.
Yes. So as a teacher, when I do the teacher training, we try to have the teachers think about things that they're grateful for. Because once you know how to do it and you understand what you're grateful for, it could be just simple things. You can guide the kids to do it as well. Let's say you're grateful for your hands. You're grateful for your eyes because you can see. You're grateful for your breath. You're grateful for, your listening. You're grateful for, simple things. Just imagine your teeth. You're grateful
for being in America.
We're so grateful to be in America. Yes.
Listen, we're going to take a little break, just a couple minutes. Don't forget where we were. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our phenomenal guest, Alexandra Jeanty Leclerc. I have to tell you a story about that Jeanty Leclerc because I used to introduce her as Alexandra Leclerc Jeanty. I couldn't get the Jeanty Leclerc. So it was always a fight between her and I. So I write it on my hands. No, I'm just kidding. So Alexandra, we were talking about the mindful pokey.
Yes, we were talking about mindful pokey. We were talking about the journal, the 21 days journal.
Right.
And you said that you were grateful for your boots, and you said you were grateful for your friends.
Yes.
We were grateful for being in America.
Island TV.
That's 3. We were grateful for Island TV, and you were grateful for the friends, for the friendship that we have. I'm so grateful for that too.
Me too. Thank you. Now you were telling me about the children drawing, and you brought a little poster. Can we talk about that?
Yes. So in the workshops that we do artwork where the kids get to express their emotions.
Is it like
this? And this is, it really doesn't matter how you put it up.
Really?
But this is just an example to show you in the workshop. So this is teaching them how to not to be afraid of art or not to be afraid of drawing. So we started by making long lines on this. This is an inclusive classroom where kids sometimes they feel that they're being judged or they feel that I can't do this. I really can't do this. So we start by making lines. And within the lines, we find like different shapes and then they get to observe. So we're really using our focus, which is very important that we don't use much, right?
Yes, that's true. No,
So
that's true.
important. So it helps them to focus. Of course, we do a few breath work and cognitive memory exercises before we do this artwork. They get to put their hands as well in it, or whatever shapes that they want, and then they observe the shapes and then they color them. I
So
brought this.
it's different children that.
It's different children and different artwork. So every artwork has its own personality. I brought this in because this one was already finished.
I like that. I like the hands.
Yeah, and the colors are very.
I like the colors.
They're vivid. So we don't really guide with the colors. They choose the colors that they want.
I like the bright color. It reminds me of our artist, Gary Laurent.
Oh,
he
my
paints
goodness.
with great colors.
Yes,
You should see his painting.
Yes.
Check that out.
We love Gary Laurent, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, he's great. So they have different shapes, and they identify the shapes, and they get to color, and their personalities come out. You know, their emotions come out.
And
so
the
this
colors
is
they choose.
Yes, and the colors they choose. Yeah, we get to see that after. So this is going to be framed. This is one of the artwork that has already been finished. And so that is just an example to show you what the workshops look like at the end, and how the kids enjoy that.
That's beautiful. I think it's a great job there.
Yes, thank you. The kids really enjoy it. So my second book was The Mindful Chickens, which I use as a curriculum. I've trained teachers in Italy and in Mexico to use the books, because the books are really curriculums. They're complete curriculums.
Okay.
With this book, you will learn how to create workshops for poetry, workshops for art, workshops for mindfulness, and workshops for self-esteem, where we have in all the books, it's repeated, where you have the lion mane, and within the lion mane, you have the different words that you like to call yourself, which is very important for kids. So this one has it very small. But here you see,
I am.
the I am. And then you ask kids, you create like a bank of words of the words that they like for
and then
people
they go
to know
pick,
them.
They
pick their words. You ask them, well, what do you like? What type of word do you like for people to identify you by? I know your word is beautiful. Don't we know that? I mean, he said he was beautiful, right?
I'm terrible.
Yes, we just love our boom boom. Her beautiful
thank you.
boom
You're so nice. Thank you.
So one word for boom boom would definitely be beautiful.
Definitely the beautiful would be there.
And then so you choose different words. You just write them in the main, and then they get to cut it out with the words. They get to color it in the color that they identify the lion, because a typical lion would be in the orangey colors or the brown colors, but we don't ask them or guide them through the colors. We allow kids to just choose the colors that they want.
And they paint the lion.
And they paint the lion with the words. After they get to cut it out, you can make it bigger, and then you have it on your fridge, or it's a good tool for parents to remind the kids. So these are the words that you use, that you like. I am fast, I am quick, I am independent, so that it allows them for them to become independent.
It's very important for children to be independent, to know about themselves, to be secure about themselves.
Yes.
Because if you're not secure, you can't raise your hand in the classroom.
Yeah, exactly. So that means if you can't raise your hand in the classroom, you don't absorb all the knowledge.
Exactly.
You don't allow yourself
to
participate.
absorb.
You can't participate, and you get a grade for participation.
And some children refuse to talk because they're afraid of what they look like, or what they have a perception of themselves. So
that helps a lot with self-esteem. So I am fast. I can speak the language. You can use those things as well. I am quick in my thought process. I am helpful. I am love. I am kind, because we try to implement kindness a lot in the classroom, because we want, and it's very important for the environment to gravitate towards kindness, so that they can be kind with one another. another.
If a parent would want to enroll his children in a program like that, what do they do?
Well, I have a nonprofit which is called Mindful Art Education. They can contact us on Instagram, which is Mindful Art Education. And there you have our information, and we can create a workshop either individually or in groups. We do family workshops. We work with different organizations as well. Like in the summer, we have about 150 children that are working. So when you calculate and you put them all together doing art, mindfulness, and yoga, you have about 300 people that come together.
Wow,
and collectively, we get to breathe together.
Right.
We get to do art together. We get to do, different things. We get to discover each other.
Send positive vibration.
Send positive vibration. And that's an inclusive, so which means neurodivergent or any handicap, is welcome from 5 years old to whatever age. For people that are retired that actually want to participate as well. Because I have a lot of friends that have retired and they're like, what do we do? So let's just create a workshop and come together and do some art, because you know that art is a healing tool.
And for example, your book that's coming out, by the way, do you know when it's going to come out?
The book is coming out on Amazon this week.
Oh, this week?
This week, yeah. It's called Mindful Words.
And
Peace Project.
So what are they going to look for on Amazon?
Well, online, Mindful Words, Peace Project by Mindful Poki Collection and Alexandra, Jeanty, Leclerc.
Excellent. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing really an excellent.
Listen, for me, writing and reading are my therapies. So, and art is my therapy. So, in a way, I am really doing it for myself, but I have so much to share that why not share it with the world?
Right. And I know that you participate a lot in the book fair that are in Miami.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. Yes, I am also a local artist and a local writer that I participate in the Miami-Dade book fair with my books, with my book collections, because I have these 3 books that are for children, and I also have books that I've written that focus on trauma. They're for, let's say, teenagers and adults, because I'm doing a lot of research on trauma. I think it's very important to know more about trauma and how to deal with it.
Oh, that's a big subject.
That is a very important subject, and that I'm very, it's dear to my heart as well. And I think we could benefit a lot from each other if we learn more about how to deal with trauma.
No, that's true.
And apart from that, I do, I of course participate with Société Coucouille and Librairie Mapu, where you can find my books, my collection, and
Librairie
every
Mapu,
year
is
they
that
do.
in Little Haiti?
Librairie Mapu is is in Little Haiti, 59th and 2nd Avenue Northeast, and people should know about this because.
And how do they call the little market again?
Yes, Marché Haïtien, which is at the corner.
Yeah, that one that looks like Le Marché en Fer.
En Haïti. Okay. Yes. So it's close to the marketplace in Little Haiti. Yes, very close.
And they do a lot of events.
They do a lot of events. Yes, you have to get on their programming. Librairie Mapu, we're doing many things that have to do with authors, and people should come and visit.
And if somebody were to write a book and they would want to start writing, what advice would you have for them?
Okay, if you have this urge to write a book,
and you have a subject in mind,
and you have your subject in mind, get your pen now and start writing. get your pen now and start writing on a piece of paper whatever the ideas are, whatever the sentences that come out, whatever the characters that you want, because it's very important. Why? First of all, you get it out, and every day you take notes about it. And then after that, you put it together. And when you put it together, there are different tools that you can use to put it together nicely. You have Grammarly for writers. You have different tools that you can use so that your writing can be fluid, keeping your authenticity and your personality. I love to write. A lot of people have said, why don't you use AI? And I remember that I was in a presentation, I said AI would not understand how, when I look at a chicken in Little Haiti to write about this book, and AI would not understand my emotions, because I love chickens, and I think they're vulnerable animals. And get my book, you'll find out a little bit more about it.
Well, I really want to thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for visiting us.
Yes.
And you're always welcome on our platform.
Thank you.
And our guest today,
yes,
la beautiful, la magnifique Alexandra Jeanty Leclerc.
with our beautiful boom boom.
And ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure being with you today.
Thank you.
And please watch us next Sunday. And during the week, we have a schedule. Just check out the Island TV schedule, CHERCHER l'artiste. And we have plenty of other shows that are very interesting, great programming. I'm Leslie Dalencour. It was a pleasure being with you. Thanks for opening your living room to us. Take a little time to do something nice for somebody this week. I love you. Bye.
I love you too. Thank you.